Now, in this section, while they're working, I want to talk a little bit about why it's so important to enlist deep and diverse domain experts. It's very interesting to me that people are attracted to people who are like them. And a lot of times, they'll keep going back to the same people that gave them advice that didn't help them achieve their goals, but they'll keep going back to them. And the reason they go back to them is the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't. We don't like to talk to people who don't share our views, who don't share our ways. But in fact, that's the key. Diversity is a moral issue, but even more than a moral issue, diversity is essential if we're going to find new ways to travel. So if we're going to look for our way to that goal, to that high quality target we're looking for, we want to talk to somebody who's already been there. We want to talk to somebody who has a different idea about the routes of how to get there. We want to talk to somebody who doesn't just rubber stamp our way. We want to talk to somebody who constructively engages us and tells us, you know, you might want to think about this. There's a better way to do that. So if you don't know anybody, so let's give you an example. Let's say I'm trying to find a job. And I've been talking to the same types of people in the same industries for a long time about finding a job. And nobody seems to be helping, and I don't seem to be finding a job. I might go to somebody who's very different than me, maybe in a different field, maybe has some very different ideas about finding a job. Maybe they use the internet in a different way. Maybe they use a church organization. Maybe they go to Toastmasters or some kind of social club, professional club. Right? The notion is I'm going to listen to them because that's a different route than the route that I'm taking. And it's very important because they're the ones who are going to have the unique insights that are going to take me in a very different direction than the direction I'm going now. Now, it's very important to note something, and that is having a certain type doesn't make you an expert. So somebody may be more of a green type or somebody may be more of a red type, but it doesn't mean they're great at it. So we want to find people who are not only of the right type, we want to find people who have real experiences, and we want to find people who actually have been there before and maybe are more capable in some ways than we are at this current state. So we're going to develop ourselves, we're going to become more capable, but maybe we want to find somebody who's has more mastery over that. It's important to note that when we're doing this, you want to consider what's in it for them. How are we going to reciprocate here? Because people have a tendency to be energized when they get something back. So we want to keep that network going. We want to add these experts to our social network. So if we're on the computer, it could be that way. If it's something that we meet regularly at a club or at a church organization or at a school organization, make sure you put these people into your schedule. I know one of the things I do is the two people I talk to on a regular basis are the opposite from me. And they don't tell me all the things I want to hear. So let's say I'm thinking about starting a new business. One of them will say, well, you haven't thought through all of these details. One of them will say, but you don't have the right people to start the right kind of business. And even though they're giving me feedback that's not necessarily what I want to hear, they're also giving me the clues of how to succeed. And both of these individuals, I build every month into my very busy schedule time to have lunch with both of them. So I take them to lunch and I regularly plan to meet with them. So when things creep into my life, a task creeps in, I'm at deadline for something, I actually hold these lunches because I hold dear the importance of diversity and the importance of constructively engaging these experts who have different ideas than I do and ideas that are going to take me forward, ideas that are going to help innovation happen in my life. And those people in your life are going to help innovation happen in your life as well.